Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo Karjalainen. You can call me this guy if that's tricky to pronounce. It's very good to have you along. Today I'm comparing two pedals that are essentially the same pedal, maybe. Yes, it's the Boss SD-1 versus the Boss SD-1 Waza Craft. And I'll be right back after this intro. Okay, so why am I comparing these two pedals? Well, first off, the regular SD-1 costs 55 euros new here in Europe, which is roughly $60. And the Boss SD-1 Waza Craft costs 155 euros. Now that's a bit of a difference. That's 100 euros difference for two pedals where the only difference is that the Waza Craft has a custom mode with slightly more gain. So I thought I'd compare the two and see if the price difference is really worth it. Okay, so what else do I have going here? I have a custom mahogany Strat with Seymour Duncan YJ and Fury pickups going into a Marshall Plexi, into a Marshall cab. I have a bit of delay. Here's my clean sound, yada yada yada. Okay, so first off, I've just set everything to 12 o'clock on both pedals and I'm in the standard mode on the Boss Waza Craft, which should be basically just the SD-1. So let's start by comparing how they sound next to each other, everything set at 12 o'clock. First, the regular SD-1. SD-1 Waza Craft. SD-1. There is a bit of a difference there, but it's quite tiny. It might even just be my imagination, but I think I'm hearing a bit of a difference there. Is it a 100 euro difference? No, it's not at this point at least. I previously compared the SD-1 made in Japan version to the made in Taiwan version. I'm using the made in Taiwan version here, and there was a similar kind of just a teeny weeny bit of difference. And the price difference between those two is also rather large, and I actually preferred the made in Taiwan version. I'm not sure which one I prefer of these as yet. I'll switch over to the custom mode and see how they differ. Everything's still at 12 o'clock. SD-1 regular. Oh, by the way, my SD-1, the regular one, is a second-hand one I bought. It's fairly old, I think, and the on-off switch is a bit tricky, so it doesn't always go on. There you go. Waza. Okay, I'll just switch between the two, starting with the SD-1, the regular. The Waza sounds a bit hotter, it has a bit more gain going on. Okay, let's just compare noise levels between the two. I've turned everything up on full, back in standard mode on the Waza Craft. Let's see how noisy this SD-1, the regular one, is. Waza. They sound absolutely identical. Again, but this time the Waza Craft is in the custom mode. A bit more hiss, which is kind of natural because it's a bit hotter. Okay, let's see how much gain you get from each. So first the regular SD-1. Waza. Okay, so there's a bit more gain going on in the Waza Craft when you have it in the custom mode. But there's a €100 difference, should be roughly $100 in the States as well. And basically it's a lot of money for quite a small difference. But if you really need more gain, you might actually want to pay. But I just thought of something. I'd try the SD-1, the regular one, with just a clean boost in front of it to see if you could get a bit more gain, because just buying a regular clean boost like the LPB1 is much cheaper, or if you buy this and the regular SD-1 is a lot cheaper than just buying the Waza Craft, because you can get this for around €20 on eBay, second hand that is. Okay, so first off I'll just play the Boss SD-1 Waza Craft. I've set up the LPB1 as a clean boost that I'll use in conjunction with the regular one. We'll just see, kind of out of interest, how this sounds. So first the Waza Craft, everything on full and in custom mode. Then the regular SD-1. The difference isn't huge, but here, if I just, here's the clean sound. And this is how I have the LPB1 set up now. This is what it does. So just a tiny boost, and now here it is together with the regular SD-1. Let me just turn it on and off so you can hear the difference it does in the sound. I don't know how evident this will be when you watch it on YouTube, but you can really notice it when playing here. It does make a huge difference to the SD-1. You get a bit more gain. I'm not entirely sure what it does to the tone, if I like it or not. Basically, it's a matter of taste. So, if you want an SD-1 and you don't need a lot of gain, then you don't need the Waza Craft. You don't need it for anything. Just get a regular SD-1. Because it's a great pedal. If you want that tiny bit of gain added to a regular SD-1, then the Waza Craft might be the way to go. Although you can get a bit more gain with just a regular clean boost. And there are different clean boosts out there. So what do I know? I've only tried it with the one now. Take your pick. I mean, I don't know. I think I actually just prefer the regular SD-1 as it is. I prefer the SD-1 Waza Craft for the functionality of having the regular SD-1 and then the kind of custom, slightly more overdriven side. But on the other hand, I'm hesitant to say that it's worth €100 more. There is such a thing as the law of diminishing returns, but still, I don't know. Basically, I just like both. I like the SD-1 regular and the Waza Craft as well. They're both great pedals. So that's basically all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments which one you preferred, and if you liked the clean boost version. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification thing, and support me on Patreon, because I buy the gear that I review. And I bought both of these SD-1s. Not sure if I have a use for them, because I normally use the Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive. But when you support me on Patreon, you get a bunch of exclusives, which you can't get anywhere else. And if you want free music, check out my website, the link's in the description. It was good having you along. I won't end this one by playing, because I don't want either pedal to be sad. See you in another one. Take care. Goodbye!